I think it's really important for the parents to come to the class, to engage with the children and learn and to see what they're learning.
I thought my daughter was a lot more confident and a lot more vocal, so it's good to get more interested and get more involved to find out more of what she does in school.
Just to spend that quality time with him was amazing, even if it was just for an hour.
I used to feel I don't really have much to contribute. So when I started getting more engaged in the school, I was able to build friendships. And Maslaha really helped to engage with different parents.
Grab your reading book. Good afternoon.
At Maslaha, we've been working closely with teachers and families to explore how improving community engagement in primary schools and linking pupils' heritage and lived experience to learning could have positive impacts on children's outcomes at school. At a time when a lot of communities are suffering due to cuts to local services and divisive political issues, we know that schools play an important role in making sure that children grow up as confident, reflective learners with a strong sense of belonging and as engaged, active citizens. This film will show you tools and techniques that you can easily integrate into your classrooms and schools in ways that complement curriculum and topic learning.
Sandringham Primary School is in Forest Gate, East London. Our children come from many different backgrounds and have different experiences. It's important to make sure that we provide a safe place where families can bring their authentic experiences that they have had to make the school a more meaningful place to be educated.
Why is it important to engage families and communities in school learning? Linking learning to our families and everyday lives help us to be more engaged at school and grow as lifelong learners and active citizens. It can also improve well-being and a sense of belonging. This is important at a time when a lot of young people struggle to understand how they fit in society. If our parents and carers have a good understanding of what we're learning in the classroom and how, they'll have the skills and confidence to better support us at home. Our families come from all sorts of interesting backgrounds and experiences. The knowledge of local communities is a rich resource that can bring learning to life. If teachers have a chance to really get to know our families, this will create a better and stronger relationship, which will lead to a nurturing school community where everyone is valued and can flourish. So how will we do this in practice? At school, you already do lots of great things to engage families and create links between learning and children's home lives. Can you give an example that you've seen work really well at your school? We will explore some useful tools and processes using a case study of a Year 5 topic from Sandringham Primary School.
This is the second year that we've worked with Maslaha on the topic Women Who've Made a Difference. It's really important to provide the children with an understanding of female history and discuss the way it's changed over time, especially from the varying backgrounds that all of our children come from.
My inspirational woman is Michelle Obama.
My inspirational woman is Mary Jackson.
Serena Williams.
The woman who inspired me is Maslaha Yousafzai. She fights for education for young girls.
There is unlimited value in having parents involved in children's learning. It improves engagement, it's definitely improved attendance, it's improved their interest in their learning, and therefore their attainment or their progress will naturally be increased in that area. I think when we involve parents in everything that's going on in the classroom, that adds as another form of encouragement for the child.
Having parents in the classroom to begin with can be quite daunting. However, once you start and you get into the process, you realise what a big impact it has on the children and how much it actually means to them.
Where can I involve parents in a topic? Invite parents in during topic planning to get their ideas on new topics. What do they think is important about the subject? Do they have skills they would like to share? Do any parents work in an area that will be covered in a topic, or are they from a country that we'll be exploring? If so, could they contribute to class? Are there particular skills that you would like parents to have a better understanding of or to know how to support us with at home? Can our parents be involved in our final topic output? If they are going to be involved, what support and skills might they need to be able to participate?
We're going to be asking the children soon to select a woman who has been inspirational in their life.
So we invited some parents in to take part in an oracy workshop. We really wanted the parents to be involved as much as possible. We kind of identified that the parents maybe might not have had the confidence to deliver a speech or to write a speech.
Are you ready? We'll start.
Our head of oracy here at Sandringham got the parents in with the kids and did some activities about oracy, you know, what makes a good speaker, what makes a good speech.
Initially, I felt quite nervous about having so many parents in the classroom, but actually having them there was really positive in every way. I think everyone was quite nervous, and it had some of the children encouraging their parents to want to take part and be the model example.
Sometimes parents doesn't have a clue what's going in the classroom, what the child learning, so they have no clue how to support the child. I personally feel that when you invite the parents in the workshop, they will get the idea what's going on in the classroom, and they get prepared themselves that how to support their child from both class and home as well.
Some parents came to the workshop who I'd never seen at a school function before. There was a mum there who didn't even come to parents' evening. We'd had hardly any time to speak all year, but she came along to the workshop and engaged with it, which was really fantastic. So since that workshop, we've had parents who previously had never come on school trips before volunteering to come along.
How can I link my topic to children's cultural backgrounds and everyday lives? Brainstorm with your class. Are there people, groups, or places in your local area that could be relevant to your topic? This could be a trip somewhere local, or someone local coming into school for a talk or workshop, a community mapping or community walk exercise with pupils and parents, family home activities where we research family knowledge about a topic. For example, if this was a topic on rivers, we could do a family homework where we write a story about a river from our family's home country, or a river that has memories for us. It's useful to work with examples that reflect a broad range of experiences and are relatable to our heritage, whether this is music, political figures, or historical or current events. This could also be thinking about how knowledge is created or communicated in different places.
You are going to sort of draw a map, and you're going to have intersections.
Last year when we did the topic, we mainly focused on historic women, whereas this year we've had a mixture of women from the past as well as more contemporary women.
I think it was really important for us that this topic seemed relatable to our children. Learning more about women from a range of backgrounds, but also some who would relate to them on a personal level, maybe from their local area or someone who's from their family background. We also set homework for the children to go and talk to women in their local community who have inspired them, and that was a great opportunity for us to dig deep and to look at the resources we have around us.
Roxana Begum's visit was amazing. It was like the kids were just so inspired to see a local woman who was a kickboxer and was also like a practicing Muslim and kind of been so resilient to get to where she was.
It's difficult to kind of partition the topic of women off from a lot of other issues. But we thought it was important to do a session that recognises issues that affect different women in different ways. It's quite difficult to talk about gender equality without talking about other kinds of equality and discrimination. So we looked at racial discrimination, class discrimination, religious discrimination. Let's have a look.
Luckily for us, we have a printing press 20 minutes from school, so the children have been able to publish them professionally, and that's really been an extra motivational factor for the children.
The printing and publishing of the magazine was a real highlight and something that they are so proud of. Everyone participated in kind of what went inside the magazine, and that's something that they've been constantly kind of looking through and reading and sharing each other's kind of ideas and thoughts about, and so that's definitely been something that went really well.
I feel really happy because sometimes my sister's really busy and then she came in today and that made me happy.
When my mom is here, I know that I have to do the best of what I can do, and it just sets me a challenge of what I have to do.
And equally for me, this is something we did from start to pretty much to the end. You know, we did something as a team, and I can give some of my experiences to them, and I can learn something from them. I think that's great.
It's really important for schools and teachers to consider what streams of communication are we using, especially if you may have a language barrier.
Letters with a lot more images, kind of simplistic pictures that got the point across without being too technical. Some parents prefer text messages or phone notifications over letters. Another way is an app called Seesaw. One way I've been using it is just taking a photo of the letters, and it just gets sent straight to the parent's mobile phone.
But face-to-face communication, if possible, is always key. And as a last-ditch resort, calling on the phone, that tends to help as well.
Teachers are really experienced about how to communicate and get ideas across to children. It's very different when we speak to our parents, particularly when they're in the classroom. Just remember that they're adults, and adults need to be spoken to as adults, and children are spoken to as children.
I met Maslaha through a stall, and it was really interesting. Parents can find it easier to approach people at the stall rather than meet people in the office. Stall definitely works when it comes to engaging parents.
When we do encourage parents to come into the classroom, we are quite persistent to encourage them to work together. Otherwise, it can be very easy for them to step back and think they're just there to support from afar.
Doing creative activities together can be a good way to get to know parents. We designed a project along with Maslaha to build this quilt, which we did over a period of 6 months or so. We involved the children as well as the parents and built this amazing quilt together that encouraged communication with people we hadn't met before. Creating that was really special.
Okay, thank you so much for coming, Year 4 and parents. I'm going to hand over to the kids who are going to introduce what we've been doing in Year 5.
This term our topic has been women who have made a difference.
I feel really scared because there's so many parents.
The purpose of this topic was for us to understand how far women have come.
I feel really happy that my parents have come and to see what the whole of Year 5 have done.
But that has always not been the case.
It's really helped us be more articulate. These speeches, for an example.
I'm inspired by my mom. She has an impact on me because whenever I need to talk, she's always there for me.
You know, being able to stand up and to be able to deliver a speech that they'd worked on clearly meant a lot to them.
My mum always works hard for all of us.
And then it also meant a lot to the children to have their own parents there or their friends' parents there. It kind of made the day and the topic outcome a lot more relevant and engaging.
When we did the first workshop, she kept stuttering a bit, but today when she did it, I was really proud of her. There's no stuttering, really clear, addressing the audience with her eyes.
I feel the topic is something that a lot of parents have been interested to learn about more with their children, but we've as teachers made a real effort to try and get those parents to be involved in what their children are learning, to come along, to join in with things, and that's been really successful as well. It's helped us to kind of feel like we know them better and have better relationships with them.